everyone, and welcome back to Stories Without Labels, the podcast, where we open up real conversations about neurodiversity, especially autism, and what it means truly to understand and support one another. I'm your host, May Sosa, children's book author, psychiatric nurse, mom of a neurodivergent child who has a diagnosis of autism, and very passionate and a big advocate rather for inclusion. Today's episode is called The Impact of Autism in Daily Life. Let's dive in. Autism is not one size fits all diagnoses. It is a spectrum, and that means no two people with autism are exactly alike. Some folks might need more support in communication or social situations, while others might be highly verbal but struggle with transitions, sounds, textures. And that brings us to today's focus in this podcast: how autism shows up in daily life, especially through the lens of sensory processing. Let's talk about sensory processing and the autistic brain. Many autistic individuals experience the world through a different sensory filter. Imagine walking into a grocery store. For you, maybe it's just a quick stop, but for an autistic person, it can be such an overload of lights, loud music, beeping scanners, strangers brushing past, and the scent of 5 different deli meats all at once. That's sensory input. Everything we see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. And for autistic people, that input can feel amplified or sometimes muted in a way that's hard to explain. But let's remember, it is a very real situation. Let's make this relatable. Picture a classroom in a school. The buzzing lights, the echo of chairs scraping the floor, the ticking clock, the smell of lunch coming down the hallway. All of this might go unnoticed by a neurotypical child, but for an autistic student, it could lead to sensory overload, and often it does, and eventually a meltdown, which is not bad behavior. It's a sign of stress, and I wish more people would remember this when dealing with this type of situations, whether it's at a school or in public. It is not bad behavior. Trust me, I have been there. Think about the morning routine. A simple change like a different cereal or a missing sock can throw off the entire day for a child who depends on predictable routines to feel safe. And trust me, this isn't about being picky, it's about regulation and the nervous system trying to make sense of the world that surrounds autistic people. This has a tremendous impact on families, teachers, caregivers, friends, everybody. Parents often share that they feel judged in public spaces, at the playground, in a restaurant, or during a family gathering. I have been there myself. It is not a nice place to be. But the truth is, when you don't understand sensory needs, It's easy to mislabel a child as defiant or difficult. But once you recognize sensory overwhelm, you shift from judgment to compassion. And for teachers, your role is vital in recognizing early signs of sensory distress, like fidgeting, covering up the ears, withdrawing, or becoming irritable. This can help you support the student before things escalate. And I understand that for many teachers, sometimes this can be a difficult task because, lots of kids may not have support or teachers don't have an aide in the classroom and they have big class sizes. So I do understand that. Small adjustments like a quiet corner, noise canceling headphones, or visual schedules can make a world of difference. There are different strategies that help. And again, because autistic people are never the same, the strategies is such a general area that if something doesn't work, you may need to try something different. Get creative. It's okay. You're trying to support your child. So let's talk about practical tips. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, a support worker, these simple tools can help. Big one, predictable routines. Use visual schedules or daily charts. This will make a world of difference. Sensory friendly tools. I cannot talk enough about why these tools are so useful and it works for so many people. They can be weighted blankets, fidgets, chewable jewelry, even some dim lights might just be part of a calming environment. Quiet spaces. Create areas at home where overstimulated children can decompress safely. It is so important for children to come home and have a feeling of safety, have a feeling where this is my safe zone. I am safe here. Language of validation. Say things like, I see this is hard for you right now. Let's take a break together. And most importantly, listen. Please listen. Even nonverbal kids are communicating through body language, behaviors, different energies. All we have to do is just listen. There's so many more subjects we could talk about in this podcast, and we will eventually, about autism and sensory processing and tools and how we can help our children navigate the world. But today, we're going to just stop right here. But I do want you to remember that autism is not something to fix, it's something to understand. Every sensory sensitivity is a signal. Every behavior is a message. The more we learn about how autism impacts daily life, the more we can build environments that work with neurodivergent brains, not against them. Remember, our society is not designed to accommodate, for the most part, neurodivergent brains. We're just starting to. When we create understanding, we create belonging. today's episode resonated with you, please share it with a parent, a teacher, or someone in your circle who wants to learn more about neurodiversity, autism, anything related. Follow this podcast. Please leave a review. I want to hear what you guys think. I want suggestions. I want feedback. It means the world to me. And don't forget to visit our website, storieswithoutlabels.com, for free downloadable tools, children's books that open up these conversations at home and also in classrooms. And remember, you are never alone in this journey. I used to think that way, but I know I'm not. Thanks for listening. And until next time, stay curious and keep learning.